What's up, Wolverine Nation, all my Wolverine fans? I'm decked out in my amazing blue. It's Brandon Holmes here, one half of the Blue Bloods College Game Time podcast, here to go over our early signing day special that just happened today. The Wolverines had a big day, an early signing day. But before I jump into that, go ahead, hit that subscribe button right there. Hit that subscribe button. We're dropping new content, me and my partner, Trey Smith. Every day of the week, brand new content. You don't want to miss out on it. And I'm locking in even more on some stuff with the Wolverines coming up. So listen, early signing day was a big day for us. Let me tell you, highlighted by five-star recruit Will Johnson, right outside of the Detroit area, is a legacy kid. Number one, he's one of the best cornerbacks in the country. But the thing I'm most impressed about of this Michigan early signing day class, not only did we lock in 23 commits, 23 guys committed today. That's a big part of our class. We got some big guys on the board later that I'm going to cover. But the thing I love most about this recruiting class is the pieces we added to the defensive side of the ball, especially those guys in the back, right? So like I said, this class was highlighted by Will Johnson, the five-star defensive back. But then we got Cody Jones back there who plays corner, Miles Pollard, who is also a teammate of linebacker, freshman All-America, junior Colston. Then these were the big things right here, guys. The big guys that we were to put. Keon Saab. Keon Saab, formerly a Clemson commit, came to the big house for the game, the most electric game all season, decommitted from Clemson, ended up signing on, and then late riser Damani Dent out of Duval County, Florida. Man, big time safety. We were able to, cornerback, he plays safety, has corner speed, so he's going to be kind of a tweener guy that, he set up a lot of boards late. And then Zeke Berry out of California. Man, those five guys are going to hold it down. If they don't transfer, if things go the right way, man, those guys, even if you lose one, those are the future of the back end. Now, another guy I really like, a late riser, was Jimmy Rolder, right outside of Illinois, man. Jimmy Rolder. The thing is, he set up a lot of boards really late. Actually became a four-star recruit within 3 weeks. The reason why is his season was canceled due to COVID. So he didn't have a junior season, and his senior season played amazing football. The big gift for him is, man, we got him away from Ohio. Ohio State was recruiting him really hard, but Michigan was able to pull it away. Now, we did lose Ethan Burke out of Texas, Austin Westlake. He flipped over to Dallas, he flipped over to UT, but that's okay, man. We still brought in some great guys. Listen, another guy that I'm super high on was Derek Moore. Listen, Derek Moore was a big get for us out of Baltimore, Maryland. The big caveat for him was Biff Poggi used to be his head football coach, who is now on staff, and the NCAA has a rule that doesn't allow you to recruit kids from a former staff member's high school if they came directly from high school for like 2 to 3 years. But we got the waiver clear, and this is a big get. He was an Oklahoma decommit, and we bring him on, and that guy can play any place on the line. He could be a defensive end or defensive tackle, so it'll be interesting to see. Mason Graham, big win for us out of California. That's a big find for us, late riser that we were able to bring on. And then the mammoth Kenneth Grant. With that new defense that Mike McDonald is running, you need a big, stout body up front, a nose tackle that can plug up the holes, that can take up two gaps if they can. Kenneth Grant is that guy. Now, the offensive side of the ball, guys, the offensive side of the ball was no slouch. Man, shout out to Coach Gaddis. Man, I'm glad he's staying. Virginia, he was their next pick of Tony Elliott. They didn't hire him, and I'm glad they hired Tony Elliott. Josh Gaddis is having the season of his career as our OC. And, man, they went on the recruiting trail, and they got faster. Now, the quarterback position, we picked up two quarterbacks this cycle. Jaden Denegal out of California, who's his comparison to you Michigan fans, you understand, was like a John Navarre or a Spate, then a Wilton Spate. Then we also signed Alex Orji out of Saxe, Texas. Saxe High School in Texas. I'm actually familiar with that program. Good program. They don't know if he's going to be a QB or is he going to switch over and be a fullback. The guy's they're going to give him a shot at QB. We'll see where he kind of lands. Athletic kid. The kid I like, though, underrated, CJ Stokes. This will be Mike Hart's first guy that he recruited at running back I trust Mike Hart's eye for running backs, right? We saw what he did at IU. We saw what he did at Eastern Michigan. Go look at what he did at wherever he's coached. He's produced and recruited great backs. And so for him to fish out C.J. Stokes out of SEC country, who was the South Carolina lean for the longest, that for him to get that, that's good. Tyler Morris, this is J.J. McCarthy's former teammate. Super smooth kid. His comparison is Golden Tate, right? Didn't play senior year due to a knee injury. He'll be ready to go. Amarian Walker, this was a big. We poached this kid out of Louisiana. Played for Coach Ron Bellamy's former high school and coach. He was a Notre Dame commit. We got him to flip. We're projecting he'll be a wide receiver, but not quite sure. He could also be a cornerback or safety. The kid has wheels. The kid has wheels. He's tall. He's springy. He's fast. I hope he stays on the offensive side of the ball. Now, this was the guy. I'm really glad we kind of got some crystal balls pointing in his direction late, and they were able to flip him from Oregon. Darius Clemens. Here's why this is key. Andrell Anthony, the true freshman phenom at wide receiver, had a big game in East Lansing against Michigan State. This was one of his great friends. The kids from East Lansing, they moved out to Oregon. And because of the coaching change at Oregon, open back up, man, I like the kid. Tall and fast, man. They added some speed to this wide receiver position. I'm telling you, over the next couple years, Michigan is going to look a lot faster. They look fast this year, but now not only that, you have Blake Corum, you have Donovan Edwards. Then on the outside, you still got Roman Wilson. You have AJ Henning. You get Ronnie Bell back next year. Then you add some of these guys. You got Morris. You got Clemens. You got Walker. Man, that's speed all over the field. Now, this is what I like, though. Some of these two pieces in tight end. Colston Loveland. This might be the kid with the highest ceiling in this class. Tight end kid out of Idaho. You know, you don't really find a lot of big-time products out of Idaho, but I love his measurables. He's a flex by his own admission, meaning they're probably going to find him more in that Eric All role that Eric All is playing this year. You can move him back as an H-back. You can line him up in the slot as a receiver. You can put him on the end, and he can block his behind off as a standard traditional tight end. And the guy is athletic and can catch and can run. Super athletic guy. Marlon Klein, we got him out of Georgia. He's originally from Germany. This is a dude with a lot of potential, great measurables that we're going to see what he turns into. He's kind of a flyer prospect if he grows into something great. And we're hitting pretty hard on guys that we've turned, like Zach Gentry, who went from QB. We made him a tight end. And Eric All was a tweener guy as well, that he grew into what he was. So I like the Marlon Klein pick. Now, this was the latest development that just happened this week. Andrew Gentry out of Colorado. The dude was originally committed to UVA in 2020. He's one of the top offensive linemen in the country, but he went on a Mormon mission. Now, when Bronco Mendenhall got let go from UVA, Jim Harbaugh was the first guy that his parents reached out to and to see if Michigan had some interest, and we were able to lock that down. 6'8". Guy, 6'8", 300 pounds. Hasn't played football in 2 years, but he's been working out, and this is going to be a huge, huge addition to our line. Also be on the lookout, man. We're looking at, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but one of the Remington finalists played at UVA, and he's going to come on an official, I believe, this weekend in Ann Arbor. So there's a potential that, man, we can also be adding one of his UVA teammates as well to our offensive line, which is a big part of our identity right now. We're going back to hard ball. Hard ball. We're going to run the football, and then we're going to kill you with some speed on the outside. I love that pickup of Andrew Gentry. Then Alessandro Lorenzetti. The guy is from Quebec, but he is a steal. He has not just been a workout warrior, but if you look at him, the kid has a mean, nasty streak. Fits it exactly how we want it, and he did a prep school year in Connecticut. And last but not least, Big Connor Jones, 6'8", 320 pounds. Man, this guy is a bust, and it's going to be tough to move. So I'm super excited about that class. There's one guy I'm really on the lookout for. He didn't sign today. He's the #1 offensive tackle in the country. That's Joshua Connerly out there in Washington State. Man, it looked like we were going to trend that way until Washington signed Courtney Morgan, our director of player personnel, to go do the same deal at Washington, and he was a big recruiter for Joshua, and so Josh actually took a trip to USC after the Lincoln hire and is going to give Washington another look because Morgan is there, but he'll make his decision in February, so Michigan's going to have to work hard for that. Another guy is Cavante Henry, who was kind of built in the Josh Uche mode, was going to sign today but decided to wait till February. Not looking good because Courtney Morgan was also his main recruiter, and now that Morgan has now been at Washington, it's looking like Henry is going to follow him to Washington. And other than that, man, we had a great recruiting class, great early signing day. It's looking like Big Blue is moving on to the future where we're going to have some continued success after what we built on this year. So stay tuned. We're going to hit the recruiting trail hard, but also stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. We have a college football semifinal game that we're going to do a preview of here very, very soon. As always, Brandon Holmes, one half of the Blue Bloods College Game Time podcast. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. We love you, Big Blue. It's the best time to be a Michigan fan. Take care. Be blessed.